Okay. So if you want, Alpha and Bob, go ahead and do an intro of who you have on the call tonight.
Okay, so Paola, she is the driver from heaven. Uh,
I love it.
she used to, I know she had angels. She used to drive us when we would go down to Miami to this big conference. And I don't even know how we got through some of the traffic, yeah. But she is amazing. She is an all around, she's like a one-stop shop as well. So she does a plethora of things. And of course she's a little tied up right now too, but she decided, you know, being very busy that she would jump on, which I'm so happy for her. I love her. And then Shannon, she's like a daughter that we kind of adopted like a couple years ago, maybe a little over 2 years ago. And she's a mom. She has a young girls organization. She and her husband have six beautiful kids together,
Wow.
and they are amazing. She does have a bonus daughter, and so she heard the presentation Monday, and she was like, "Listen, I got to get in here." So
Okay.
we're
Okay.
here too. Yeah,
Wow.
and of course Jessica.
I already know Paola's amazing because she's multitasking. And when you tell me about Shane, and I'm like, oh my gosh, anybody that has six kids is amazing. So there you go, number
Right.
one.
Yes, and Jessica, she's like the I'm about to make her laugh. She's like the godfather, but she's the godmother. Um, she's real cool. I love her. So, yeah, and she's gone to several of the services with us. We'll go on our adventures and drive from Jacksonville to Tampa early in the morning. So, yeah. So she's hanging in there. Yeah, and she works for Department of Children and Families.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big job.
So it's a really big job. So
Yeah.
yeah, handling lives.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I appreciate this intro. So I'm Cindy Brennison and Lila, raise your hand. She is actually has become like family to me in the last several months when we got to meet each other. And this is the amazing thing about being a part of this teamwork. This is it team and getting to be able to talk about this patch because we get to know each other. So Lila and her husband Joe actually earned a free trip with us, and that's where we met a couple of months ago. And where did we go? Was it Punamita?
Gonna meet in
Yeah.
Mexico.
And oh my word, we had the most fun. And then I think it was before, after that trip, you introduced us to Alpha and Bob. And I'm like, oh my word. So they're almost neighbors. We're in St. Augustine. You all are in Jacksonville. But we fell in love with you because we have so many like-minded things.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Bob's just out on the street, and he's just gonna drip on everybody. And Alpha, you've got the bubbling up joy. So anybody that crosses your path, you're contagious. So it's just wonderful. And you all met at the river, right, Lila?
Yes, we did. Yep. At the rain conference.
That's right. That's right. And we were
In
somewhere
rain.
else and we couldn't be there. I don't remember now where we were. But yeah,
You were, I think, in Utah, or you were
that's
about
right.
to
We
go.
were we were on a free trip that the company sent us on. That's right. I was like, why wasn't I there? But yeah. So we have been in Lifeway for 3 years. We came on board with my sister and her husband. Their names are Gina and Steve Merritt. A little about a year after we all came in the company, we actually formed our own teamwork because what we saw was that the teamwork was exploding. And a lot of you are saying, what is she talking about? What's a teamwork? But the company makes the technology, patents it, they do everything. They get us our product, and they keep it like A plus plus plus, right? And so a teamwork gets to be formed to teach and share. How do we share this blessing with others? So first of all, I think it's important to know that David Schmidt is the founder, the CEO. He's done over 200 patents now, and he is remarkable. His heart is all about, this is it'll be 21 years old, this company, in October. His heart is all about blessing as many families or people as he can through us, because we're the voice, we're the messengers of hope to the world, and nobody knows about it and everybody needs it. But his heart is that we are able to help as many people as possible to know about this patch, to get health and wellness, and to be able to get debt free. That's why he's put it together in the whole structure that he has created. And we couldn't be more grateful, more thankful, because my husband and I have owned companies for 50 plus years. We're older, and we've owned companies for forever. And we know what it takes to keep a company together, especially a company of excellence. We've never really had what David has today. So we know that there's a lot of responsibility in keeping up and keeping all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. And he does it with excellence. So we're very honoring that, and feel like we're just privileged to be a part. So we have a teamwork which started with our family stepping out of the team we were in because we were getting so big, to form our own team called This Is It Team. And we put a system together. And all that means is that first year we were in the company, we didn't know what we were doing, but we excelled very rapidly because our passion grew. We understood that if you were breathing, you needed this patch. And if you wanted to share it with other people, the sky was the limit. And so we put a system together. It's called the Pro System. It just means that we're sharing with other people. We meet somebody, we patch them. Why do I patch somebody? I want them to know, I just want you to put this patch on and experience it, because I want you to know nothing weird happens, because people are always like, ooh, what's it got? No, it's not putting anything in your body. So I love the fact that this is a non-transdermal patch. So I've been a healthcare professional for 50 years. I've never seen a non-transdermal patch before. This is a non-transdermal patch, and you're thinking, what is she talking about? It just means nothing goes in your body from this patch. It's sealed. That's a patent. The other thing is that it does not have any drugs, chemicals, or stimulants in it. It has ground sugar, plant particles, and salt in it, because that's what allows, so when I place it on my skin, the heat of my body activates what's in it. What's in it doesn't come out to my skin, it just becomes activated. This makes this patch act like a mirror. We all we're created with infrared light, and it emits out of our skin every day, all the time. So as I put this patch on, my heat activates this patch. It becomes like a mirror, and it's reflecting my own infrared light back into my body. And everybody's heard today now about infrared light, the healing benefits. But can you imagine your own infrared light going back into your own tissue, your own body, talking to it and saying, hey, we're going to bring you back to how you were when you were youthful and you were healthy? Because at 30, our peptides, our stem cells, our collagen, we're aging, our inflammation, it's all, the things that we need working, they're only working at half capacity. At 60, they've retired. Mine retired 11 years ago. So I knew that I knew there's got to be more. Like, I knew God created us with a body to heal itself. How do we help our bodies heal itself? Well, lo and behold, we found this little patch that looks like a sticker. We peel it, we stick it on our body. I just told you what it's doing. And when that all happens, the light goes back into our tissue, and everything is reactivated. we are now reversing anything that's going on in our body, reversing in health, reversing in age. We have had age reversal. So I'm not claiming that this patch is going to treat, heal, or cure you. I'm saying since we've gotten on the patch 3 years ago, we've had absolutely incredible testimonies. The basics were things like I slept better right away. I didn't sleep. All of a sudden, I slept better. My husband was very happy, right, Bob? When your wife sleeps, you are happy. I used to be up all night long and asking him, you want to read? You want to talk? What do you want to do? Because I didn't sleep and I was high energy. Now I rest well. I dream again. Mental clarity. You know, if somebody's got aches and pains, that's one of the things it begins to work on because it's helping the inflammation reverse. And the other thing that I notice, every person I talk to today, they're looking for something for anti-aging. Well, this patch and its patent, along with the stem cell collagen and peptide reactivation, inflammation reversing, it also covers age reversal. No one else has this. So when I say I've got something that's a gold mine for health or maybe wealth, I'm saying that I have something everybody who's breathing needs, no one knows about, and I have the privilege of sharing it with you. And that's what we all get to do. So we are actually to get our patches. And I know you said that somebody was already enrolled. I think, was it Jessica? Jessica was already enrolled. So what Jessica did was she got it. She filled out an enrollment form and she got her own patches coming to her at a wholesale price, and it's person to person. So Alpha and Bob shared with her. She filled out the enrollment form. She got a position, which is really valuable, and she got her patches coming. The thing that I love about enrollment is that you get the product for wholesale. The other thing I love is you can't start getting your story, your testimony. For me, sleeping all night, having a balance issue from an injury that improved, my husband, gum recession that reversed. How did it happen? I don't know. My body knew exactly what I needed, and that's what it did because we are a miraculous creation. And this patch speaks to our body and tells it, come on, it's time to wake up, get to work. This is where you need to go. So I love the fact that we were able to get on board, to get our own product at wholesale. And when we did that, we were on our journey to our story, but I knew that I knew other people needed what we had found, and I wanted to tell as many as we could. Why? I want them to have an opportunity to see what they're going to get. They're going to get a testimony too. The other thing was, it gave us an opportunity, which I didn't know until we did it, because now we know a lot, and that's why we share what we know. But in the beginning, we didn't know that when we shared with someone else and they enrolled, we were going to earn income back. That income was going to help us pay for our product right away. So in the first 4 days, we shared with 5 friends and family. We had our product paid for. The crazy thing about that was when my husband looked at the enrollment form and said, what package should we get? And I'm going to assume here that everybody's had an enrollment form sent to them or handed to them. And I may be on the wrong page doing an assumption, but you can start at 3 months worth, which is literally, if you have a couple people in the house, like Alpha and Bob, they needed 2 packages. We call them sleeves. They needed 2 sleeves for each of them to cover 30 days. It's $100 a month per person if you're doing out of pocket. But if you're sharing with others, you're getting your product paid for. So every single envelope has 30 patches in it, and it's called a sleeve. Every sleeve, it costs around $100 if you're purchasing at the basic package, which is 3 sleeves. So it's $295 for 3 sleeves plus shipping and tax. But this is natural health. This is non-invasive. This is not an injection. It's not an infusion. But if you want to get a better price or you want to begin to share with your friends right away, you can go up to the next package, which is called the Basic Builders Package, and it's advanced. It's $535 for 6 sleeves. Why do I like to have an extra sleeve? Jessica, you've got your sleeves. You want to tell your friends right away because you don't know what they're praying for, just like we didn't. No one knew what we were praying for, and we got more than what we were praying for. But the thing was, when I then shared with somebody who lived local to me, I was able to loan them a sleeve. What does that mean? They enrolled and immediately they got to start on the patches. We're all excited. We want to get on the journey to our story, but we can't do that until we get patches. So instead of waiting 5 days for ours to come in, somebody can loan them to us if we're local to them. If they live long distance, the company will have your product there before I can get it there. And then if you want the best deal, which is where my husband was because he has a business mind, we got the premium package. And that meant we got 20 sleeves for $1,750. But let me remind you, it's the best deal. And we paid for our package in the first week by sharing with 5 people in 4 days. That was mind blowing because we did not know we were earning money back. We found out a few weeks later. So then hindsight was, oh my word, this is a total no-brainer. It is also a no risk because you have a 30-day money back guarantee. But we're saying to everyone, don't give this just 30 days. My most incredible testimony of mental clarity and getting my balance back after an injury, those didn't even come until 3 months and 5 months. If I had missed that, I would have missed something that completely changed my life. So we don't know what anybody's going to get. We won't make a claim, but I will tell you after 3 years, I know that I know everybody's going to get something. So you are able to get your product at wholesale. You're called a brand partner. We didn't even know we were called a brand partner. We don't care what they call us. Just let us get the product at wholesale. And the next thing is you're getting a position. So this is super important because as you take your position, you are actually able to earn off of people. I was telling a doctor today, we had a 2-hour catch-up call and understanding what this was. And he's like, I would be nuts not to get on this product. I would be nuts. And I would be nuts if I didn't share it. And I said, you're getting it. But we were catching up about family and kids. He'd become a widow and he's a young dad. And so we had a lot of catching up to do. But he was right, because when you get your position, here's what's different. In the real world, if I need more income, I figure out a way to put more hours in. I trade my hours for dollars. But in this company, as I get my position and you get your position under Alpha and Bob, who is under Lila and Joe, who is under Patty and Lynn and myself and my sister and her husband, you're actually going to see other people drop in under you that you'll probably never meet. You will, you don't know them. If you brought them in with you on your team, you'll know them. But if you didn't, you don't know them. But here's the glorious thing. These sleeves have volume attached to them. So every time someone comes in below you, you get the volume. What does that mean? Volume equals money. So when I match that volume, we have a left and a right leg. And I'm going to build one with the person who sponsored me and brought me in. I'm going to build the other one with the people that I bring in. So I'm placing people left and right. As I talk to my friend, I'm just putting him in a position, left or right leg. It doesn't matter. We just go back and forth. But this company does something unlike the restaurant I told them to go to, or I sent them to Costco to get wholesale pricing, they didn't send you a thank you with money attached. This company wants to see you get debt free, financially free, earn incentive trips like we earned with Lila and Joe, and they actually give you money back to share. You are advertising for them. So you're earning income back, but you get to get paid off of the volume of people who come in after you just by matching the volume. And that's what is so amazing. I love it. Jessica already has 7 individuals under her. So, Jessica, you have volume under you right now that you probably don't even know, because I'm going to guess maybe you didn't even look in your back office yet, because most of us don't. We're just wearing the patch. Maybe we're telling others about it, but you have your own little back office where you can see what's going on. So I'm going to open it up for questions because I've really said a lot, but I've tried to keep it simple. And I just want to give Paola, I know she's doing multitasking, but Shannon and Jessica, any questions whatsoever, there's not a silly question. We are like a family, we're teamwork. We have the same heart David Schmidt has, the founder of the company, who has over 200 patents now. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. He loves the Lord, and we are partnering with him. And so our heart is what his heart has been, because it's his baby, and that is to help as many people as we can get health and wellness and get debt free or financial freedom or whatever it is they're praying for, and whenever they want to do it. No one's obligated to tell anybody, but we got excited and took off without even knowing we were. So if you have a question, feel free to open your mic, ask it, or feel free to put it in the chat, and I would love to answer it. And if you haven't seen, um, Alpha, has everybody seen an enrollment form? Can't hear you.
You're muted, Alpha.
Oh, Paola and Shannon. Well, of course, Jessica has, but I have not
Okay.
shared the enrollment form. I think I did with Shannon. Did I, Shannon?
Okay,
I
here's
don't know
what we'll
why I
do
thought
real quick to make it easy. I'm just going to pull the enrollment form up
okay.
so that they can see it. There's so much I could show you. And I'm trying to just keep it simple tonight, but I could literally, these girls know me, I could talk for hours, because what I've seen in 3 years, I've never seen in my medical career. I've never.
Mm,
Same here as a health coach. I mean, as a health coach, there was no magic patch, no magic pill, nothing. It was all lifestyle changes, nutritional changes, and this has been the easiest thing I've ever done and seen the biggest changes in my body, my mind, my spirit. I mean, all the way around. Injuries healing that have been going on for years. So,
Well, what I
wow.
actually,
love
I
is
don't know if I told you, Cindy, but one of my most recent testimonies, it was probably like 7 or 8 months in, is my pelvic floor. Since I've had my first baby 15 years ago, I could not jump at all.
Mm,
Okay. Now I'm able to jump on my rebounder really like fairly high.
wow.
Like Joe has been watching me over the last
Wow.
year, and he saw me start on the rebounder just kind of moving like this, a little bit up and down. And
Wow.
now I'm like jumping really high because my pelvic
Wow.
floor is like repairing. It's so crazy.
And there's so many things like that.
Yeah.
In 3 years, we're still seeing new testimonies.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So this is what the enrollment form looks like. And Lila, while you're sharing, I can't help but stop and think. I love my testimonies. I love my husband's testimony. We love Alpha and Bob's testimony. We love Lila and Joe's testimony. But the girls that are on tonight, their testimony is the one we want to hear. That's
Yeah.
what tonight's about.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's absolutely amazing when someone calls me back. Like I have a guy right now, and he's like, I don't ever want to get off this thing. Like how much better he feels. He almost died from COVID. Like, and he's
Wow.
a young guy, and
Hmm.
So yeah, he's like, and so when I hear that, that's what makes me feel the best. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, what I love too is that it's not pressure. You get to do whatever you're looking for. Like we were praying for something. Most other people are too. You get to start or do whatever fits your budget, whatever you want to do, and knowing there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So you can choose the package of core, advanced, or premium. Core is somebody who's just wanting to try the product. Advanced is somebody who says, I want to try, but I'd like to go ahead and begin to share because I want to earn income back. And premium is the doctor I talked to today who said, I'm either all in or I'm not in, and I get this, I'm all in. So those are the options you get to have, but it's whatever fits your budget. And then the monthly subscription order, that's really important because the core and the advanced, we encourage you to do the monthly subscription of 1 or 2 sleeves. If there's 2 in the house, you definitely need 2 that you would be doing every 30 days. You control it though. You control it in your back office. You're not locked in for life. The premium, the auto ship doesn't start, or the monthly subscription doesn't start until the 90th day. So they have a grace period. You're getting a better price. They're covering your auto ship for a couple of months. And so you can choose 1 sleeve, 2 sleeves. You can always adjust it. You can cancel, you can do whatever you want. But you fill out this enrollment form and it goes back to Alpha, just like Jessica did, because she's going to enroll you. Why does that matter? It matters so strongly. When we first got in, people were like, okay, I'll try to enroll myself. They ended up enrolling by accident for retail. No one wants to pay retail. So we now, after the beginning, we said, everybody fill out the enrollment form. Let's get them in position properly, make sure they get positioned properly to win if they decide to, and gets their product at wholesale. So you fill out the form, it goes back to Alpha and Bob. And honestly, I would say to everyone, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm a healthcare professional. This is the number one thing I lead with, like Leyla's saying, as a health coach. We didn't know this existed. Now we do. And we can't help ourselves. We have to let people know. So before you lie your head on the pillow tonight, complete your enrollment form. All you do is text a picture or email a picture of the form back to Alpha or give her your information. You can do it whatever works for you, whatever's most comfortable. If you're not sure about which package is best for you, let her go over that a little bit more. If you have questions, ask. I'm looking to see if we have any questions. Shannon, wow. Yep, I have it. Okay. So Shannon's getting it. I like this. So it is, it's that amazing. And I have to tell you, sometimes we call this our miracle patch sometimes. Sometimes I call it my beauty patch because my skin has reversed. I will be 71. Actually, next week, I'll be 71. And
Wow.
my skin has reversed in age. I had issues with growing up in South Florida sun where I had skin cancers. I was getting basal cell removed with skin graft every 3 to 6 months. I was over it. I
Mm,
did not know the patch was going to literally help my skin to repair itself.
mm,
So that in itself has been glorious because I did not enjoy having skin cancers removed. It was a 4-week process for the skin graft. It was painful. And this, I haven't had anything. So,
mm.
you
That's
know,
awesome.
that's my story. That's my
That's
story.
awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, is anybody have a question? I don't want to belabor for those who, are like ready to get the enrollment form done and move on with dinner tonight.
yeah, I think you did an amazing job covering
Yes.
everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, and now you have a recording, Alpha
Yeah.
and Bob, too, that
Oh, great.
for those that didn't make it on tonight,
Okay.
and let me do this. So we're so glad you joined us tonight. And thank you, Alpha and Bob, for having us. Thank you, girls, for joining us. Thank you, Leyla, for being a part of this. And we can't wait to meet you. God bless you all.
Yes.